Hello, you're very welcome to Destination News Bite here on a Thursday evening. I'm going to give a little quick synopsis of the news. The Department of Health in Northern Ireland reports no further deaths. The total still stands at 554. In the Republic, there's been 6 further deaths, bringing their total to 1,743. A further 23 cases of the virus has also been confirmed, bringing the overall number to 25,565. The total deaths on the island of Ireland is 2,297. A further 85 people have died across the UK, bringing the total to 44,602 as and from today. In Wales, 2 more people with coronavirus are reported to have died in Wales, bringing their official total today to 1,540. In Scotland, the figures say that 2,490 people have died from COVID-19. Back here, series of lockdown relaxations announced. They include the opening of indoor fitness studios and gyms, bingo halls and amusement arcades, outdoor playgrounds, courts and gyms, and cinemas as and from the 10th of July. The resumption of horse racing and outdoor aquarium competitions and outdoor competitive games and sporting events from the 11th of July for grassroots and professional sports, but with no spectators allowed. Amendments to the international travel regulations, removing the need for self-isolation for those travelling to here from low to medium risk countries. And Person confirmed as opponent for Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor will defend her WBC, WBA, IBFA, WBO and Ring Magazine lightweight world titles in a rematch against Define Person on the 22nd of August. Taylor became undisputed champion with a thrilling but controversial points win over the Belgians at Madison Square Gardens last year. Person was furious on the night, believing that she had done enough to beat the Brea boxer. Taylor has been set to fight in America, but failure to agree the bout has led to promoter Eddie Hearn turning to the Belgian boxer instead. The fight will be part of Fight Camp, a series of behind closed doors fights staged in Essex in England. So we look forward to that. Katie Taylor is Ireland's flag bearer with women's boxing, and long may it continue. So we're going to go to, I think we're going to go to Gerry in Dromalane, and Gerry has lots to tell us about. Gerry, you're very welcome.
Welcome. Thank you very much for that warm welcome, Dean. It's funny you should talk there about boxing when I have near the end of this part of my show a brilliant boxer from Dromalane, Casey McKeown, and I have a brief video over. So it's very, it's not seen as coincidental, but it's good that you mentioned that. So it leads
yeah, Katie Taylor, yeah, a great role model for any young,
unbelievable, yeah, just like
any young sports person. So Gerry, take it away. What's happening?
Well, how can I say? From last week, I'm not saying there's not a lot happened, but there's always something to happen in Dromalane and Quayside Close. Thankfully, it's all positive stuff. Firstly, a wee bit of an update is that between now and the weekend, we'll be distributing a community newsletter to all households in our area. In this, we'll give an update on what we've done over the last 4 months during the present crisis. Also in that, there will be details of our planned programme of activities, and some is coming up very, very soon. As well as that, I just want to mention about the £15 vouchers that we distributed recently. We've done those, I think it's 34 altogether. I call that phase 1. Phase 2 will be taking place hopefully next week, and by doing that we'll be able to cover those who we missed out, or other people who we have deemed, or our people have deemed in most need within the Dromalane and Quayside Close community. And that project in itself will cost up to £800, but that's a result of funding from DSC and the cooperation of the Confederation of Community Groups. And we as a committee and as a community are very grateful for that, because I say time and time again, whereas our committee or our community, we need funding from some source. We have limited funding, and every community group that I'm aware of at some stage struggles on a daily basis, but we rise above that, and we are what we are. We had what's called an office bearers meeting I think during the week there, not office bearers meetings. Basically, the reason for that is to lay the foundations for a meeting, full committee meeting that's going to take place next Monday night. And the means is that the meetings, by having that, you have your meetings become more straightforward. I'm just absolutely delighted, as well as the rest of the members of our committee and our community to see our fellow committee member, Jimmy Gorman, return home from hospital. Jimmy was very seriously ill for a while. I think there's a brief video here, Cal, if you just roll it there for me, please, will give an idea of the reception that Jimmy got and thoroughly deserved. That's daughter Charlene now struggling.
Right, Jamie.
Gary McCone took this video, so don't blame me for it. If it's shady around here or wibbly wobbly.
All right, Jamie. It's Council Saturday.
I think that was, I'll give credit to you, Gary, that was an excellent video. I'd like to say a few words about Jimmy, just to let people, if anybody who doesn't know about Jimmy and myself, we've been long-term friends from back many decades, but particularly in 1984 when I returned after being exiled from Dromalane. No, I wasn't exiled, it was a choice move after I got married. I joined the local community association and the housing group, and me and Jimmy sort of were like a partnership for like full credit to the president, the committee members at that day. We were all often nicknamed Tweedledee and Tweedledum or Mutt and Jeff because we were always seen about the guy. Jimmy was in many respects, and rightly so, called Mr. Galloway because we had regular Gallowigs, and Jimmy played a pivotal role in organising that. He was doing DJ, and he was a very successful DJ over many years, and he was involved with me in my housing work, particularly when we got a scheme here in 1989, and it cost £850,000. I'm not too sure what the value of that would be in the present day. As a result of that, the vast majority of people in Dromalane bought their own homes, and at that time they were getting, I think, we were at 60% discount, which means I'm not too sure. Some houses cost £3,000, some houses cost up to £10,000. Or maybe a bit more. Just want to say is I'm delighted that Jimmy's back home where he belongs. Can I move on now to the Family Street Fitness that's organised by the Clanroy Group, and this starts this Monday at 6:30 p.m. It will last, I think, for a half an hour, no more than 40 minutes. And it's important to point out to people that it is obviously family speaks for itself. Is that people need to register individually for this here over the weekend or on the night in question. Committee has the registration form, so if you need one, please contact any committee member. I want to move on now to one of our very own Dromalane, Pat Tomaley. Myself and two of our committee members, Gerry and Joey, had the privilege of attending a presentation event that marked the golden jubilee of Father Pat being ordained a priest, and it was absolutely it was a privilege to be there. And he was ordained on the 5th of July 1970, and I was delighted I was able to get a brief discussion with him about his time in Dromalane and over recent years, and that only paid great tribute to the people of our community. We made a presentation on behalf of our community. There was also one made on behalf of the Ballapod community. It was a fantastic event, and fair play to all involved and all those who organised that event, and thoroughly deserved for Father Pat Tomaley. I'll move on now to this subject matter called trees. A few times on this programme I mentioned about the trees, the overgrown trees, and the residents were very concerned about it and all, because it was blocking out the light and it was a danger block. So I said last week that I'm confident that this year will be resolved, and thankfully since then the trees have been cut. You'll probably see a few photographs here of the trees. We'll also see coming up shortly, you'll see a before and after. That's the after. And you'll also see a brief video that when I see things like that there, and if I got my phone with me, I just go out and take a video of it, because I think it's important that we do that to see the work that has been done. I don't know, Cal, have you got the video there? That's the first time I've ever seen trees been cut. I'm just thinking, I think it was them as I cut my hair recently, because I just became acutely aware of that. So, but I'll say no more about that. Next, just what I call our future plans. On Monday, the 24th of July, from 10:30 to 12:30, obviously in the morning, there'll be a children's Keep Fit project. This will last for 5 consecutive days up onto Friday, and I want to thank the AFCs through Neighbourhood Renewal, the health sub-help group, for funding this project, and I'm hoping, and I think it will be very successful, because particularly during this time it's important that children, young people, get a chance to get out in the fresh air and in the process do some form of Keep Fit. We're presently drawing up plans to have bus trips for children as part of our summer programme. Now, at this moment in time, we're contemplating where to go, because there's only a few places obviously open, but as we know, things are changing on an almost daily basis regarding the present lockdown. So again, is limited numbers. I was told at 14 at the most at this present time in the bus. So if need be, we will put on 2 buses to accommodate the numbers that are requesting to go on these trips. We also hope to have a trip for adults as part of our summer programme, and we're all looking forward to that. Included in that will be, I talked about it before, Junior Sports Day. We're all into this Keep Fit thing, which reminds me, thank God that the gym is open on the 20th of this month. I don't want to go into details about that at this moment in time. So there's our projects that we have in mind, but can I just say that every project that we undertake will have a risk assessment process in place for obvious reasons before they begin, and that has been done several days, or if not a week before. I'll move on now to happy birthdays. Big happy birthday to fellow committee member Noel Kearns from Dromalane, who will be over, I think there's a photograph there, Cal, of Noel in his childhood or his teenage years. That's that. I think he prefers me to show that photograph rather than the most recent one. Noel is, as I'm saying, a fellow committee member, and he'll be over 21, he says to me again today. And I think he'll agree with me. His best present he'll get this year is that the bingo is back on again this Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock, because Noel loves the bingo. Belated birthday greetings to Veronica McCavitt from Dromalane, and also Elizabeth Rogers from Dromalane. I move on now to what I said. I think that's Veronica there, and Barbara, and I think that's Barbara's partner. Last week I decided to say that I'm going to try and involve young people in our area to give the positive news story about it. As I say, we all tend to hear with here or elsewhere the negative news stories about the youth. So I have decided that I would try my best to turn that around a bit And last week I had a video of Chloe Fry from Quayside talking about her GA experiences and achievement. This week it'll be Casey McKeown from Dromalane. Now, Casey's a well-known, popular boxer. And she also, I had to say, when the community centre was open, she would help us out with cleaning and things. And, you know, I mean, she's an example to our community. So just put on that. I think you have it there, Carl, the DVD with Casey.
years old. I'm a boxer that fights out of St. Monica's Newry. I started boxing 2.5 years ago. I've done it to keep fit, but really loved it. I'm really missing it these past few months. I won my last 3 championships: the Girls Ulster 9 County Champion, the All-Girl 37 kg Cup in Dublin, and I'm the Ulster Champion as well. I'm really excited about getting back to training for the All-Irelands. Thank you.
I think there's another clip of there, Cal, about showing Casey boxing. If you have it, great. If you haven't got it, it's not my fault.
One round each. Remember, get that last round.
That's that one. I think there was another one there. Not too sure if you have it, Carl. If not, sure we can move on. But it gives people some idea what Casey is. That I mean, the excellent example where we are now. That's it. So I'm sure people will agree with me that it's important to put the positive aspect of youth with this community or any community, and those two was Chloe or Casey. And if anybody has anybody in mind that they think they, as Casey again, is that they would like to talk about it on this show, and if possible a video or even just photographs with a bit of background story, I'd be more than willing to put them on. But again, I'm dependent on people to give me this information. Sometimes I go out and look for it, but it's much better if people contact me first. Now that I'll move on now to, it's near enough to conclusion. You'll be glad to hear of what I have to say, and this is a personal thing. I want to take this opportunity to thank the wonderful staff of Daisy Hill Hospital. Over the last week, my wife Nora has had to go out on 2 separate occasions for 2 different types of tests. And once again, they were just fantastic. And we all know that. We realise that it's a daily thing, and it's a natural reaction from the staff in Daisy Hill, and obviously throughout the NHS. They made her feel so comfortable and reassured her and things. I just think I want to say a massive thank you to it. And rightly, we all say that the NHS are heroes throughout this crisis. But to me, and I'm sure the vast majority, they've always been heroes and always will remain heroes. I just wanted to get this opportunity to sincerely thank everyone. I also want to thank, this is the final bit you'll be pleased to hear, Damien, because I'm going to shorten what you'll be glad to hear, is what I have to say. I want to thank my son-in-law. Sometimes Stuart, he doesn't like me mentioning his name, but I'm going to mention it for you. Recently, I used to say to him as I mentioned in this show that he's going to get me something in Sports Direct when the gym opens up soon. Well, he did. He actually, it's not Sports Direct. He bought me a new pair of trainers, but unfortunately, one was size 9, the other was size 10. I was a wee bit disappointed at the time with it because I just loved them, because when you're walking them, it's like walking on air, but unfortunately, one foot's bigger than the other. So I decided to come up with the idea to have wear 1 pair of socks on one and 5 pair of socks on the other. And so just people bear with me. If you see me walking to the gym, please don't think that one of my feet's bigger than the other foot. And I leave you with that gentle that I'll never get another thing of Stuart again. Now, if you believe anything.
Listen, Gerry, well done, and I hope your wife is feeling well. And yes, we would concur about all the people and all the workers in Daisy Hill. We think they're all super. We think they're actually better than super. They're unbelievable. So thanks to the great work that they do up there. So, Gerry, thanks a million. It's great to hear what's down in Dromalane, but I think now we're going to be going to Rushing, but I think we might have to go into another link. So I'm not sure, but I'm waiting for Cahill to let me know do we go into another link or not. I sent him a message there and he didn't come back to me on it. So I think I might have